What do you say there, boys and ghouls? Alright, so the last video covered a few spooky horror movies to creep you all out in October. But I recognize some of you may have little ones around and might want something for the whole family to enjoy together. So, as I mentioned in that very same video, I'm gonna recommend a few family-friendly options to put on this season. Like I said before, you've got Hotel Transylvania and Hocus Pocus, but I'm gonna offer a few more picks, and to make it a little more fun, I'll do them in order of how scary they can be, so you can pick and choose based on the age and fear tolerance of the youngsters in your life. So, let's not waste any more time, and get into 5 spooky movies the family can enjoy together this Halloween season. Kicking off the list is Casper from 1995.
Hi?
I'm pretty sure most of you are familiar with the classic friendly ghost, but just in case. Casper haunts this old mansion with his 3 uncles, and the spiteful, greedy inheritor of the house hires this parapsychologist to help get rid of them by solving their unfinished business. But, over the course of things, the doctor forms a connection with the uncles, while his daughter forms a connection with Casper himself. All around, there's no reason to worry about scaring the kids with this one. There's some fun, spooky atmosphere with the old look of the house, but overall, it's just a fun time. The ghostly effects are cartoonish, but somehow fit in the wacky world of the movie. Most surprisingly though, we get a lot of emotion throughout. Bill Pullman and Christina Ricci have a good father-daughter dynamic, and a big part of the plot has to do with the dad searching for the spirit of his late wife. On top of that, we get some really sad reflection with Casper slowly remembering his past life. We get a lot of emotions, a lot of laughs, and a lot of that pure whimsy that only 90s kids movies had. Yeah, this one's a great option for the younger kids. Next up is Corpse Bride from 2005. Now, obviously, when it comes to dark, stop-motion animated features produced by Tim Burton, there's really just the one that comes to mind. Yes, we all love Jack Skellington. But dare I say that Corpse Bride may actually be the more spooky and more mature of the 2 films. We've got a young man engaged to be married who struggles to get things right at his rehearsal, and after practicing his vows in the woods, he's mistakenly wedded to a corpse and is pulled into the land of the dead with her. Now yes, I do think The Nightmare Before Christmas is more fun, with all the songs and the blending of the 2 holidays, but for my taste, I think Corpse Bride has a much more eerie atmosphere. The idea of being married to a decaying body and joining her in the underworld is really haunting. But on the whole, it plays things off for laughs.
Wedding feast! I'm salivating.
Maggots.
Oh! I've got a dwarf, and I'm not afraid to use him.
On top of that, I do think it handles topics of mortality, loss, and responsibility in a way that's challenging, but also digestible. I also want to shout out the artistic decision to make the land of the living all gray and dreary, while the dead have all this color and spectacle. Really great touch. All around, it never goes too far that it would leave kids traumatized, and there's enough songs and funny gags to entertain the family. Give it a watch. And next, Scooby-Doo from 2002.
We don't go near any place with spooky, haunted, forbidden, or creepy in the name.
Well, hydrochloric?
Right, or hydroclonic, but that's for a whole different reason.
Much like Casper, I'm pretty sure I don't really have to introduce the characters in this one. Mystery Inc. breaks up after no one feels appreciated, but after a 2-year hiatus, the gang inadvertently finds themselves together again to investigate this mysterious vacation spot that leaves its guests with strange and peculiar behavior.
We've known each other since we were like 3.
Back off my grill, son!
Carol, what are you doing?
Anyway, this movie is a lot of goofy, silly fun. I especially like the opening with the Luna ghost. As a kid, and even now, I really wished he played a bigger part. Aside from him, we got some scary monsters, and the environment of a cursed resort is really interesting. Honestly though, the real reason I rank this one higher than the last 2 in terms of maturity is because there's a lot of innuendos and adult themes.
I'm Mary Jane.
Like, that is my favorite name.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, I can look at myself naked.
Oh, brother.
I mean, I personally love it, just something to be aware of. But one other thing I have to point out is how great the cast is. We've got Freddie Prinze Jr., Sarah Michelle Gellar, Linda Cardellini, and in what is probably the greatest piece of casting in cinema history, Matthew Lillard as Shaggy. It may sound hyperbolic, but I'm standing by it. Anthony Hopkins as Hannibal Lecter, Jamie Foxx as Ray Charles, Matthew Lillard as Shaggy Rogers. Perfect casting, come at me. But yeah, it's a fun, nostalgic watch. Throw it on this year. And I had to include it on the list, Ichabod and Mr. Toad.
Ichabod and Mr. Toad.
Oh boy. Alright, so this one may only be second in terms of the scare factor on the list, but this is the one I recommend the most. It's actually two classic stories made into one full feature. The first story about Mr. Toad is just The Wind in the Willows. Not really spooky, but a fun little crazy tale about a toad in his motor car. But come on, we all know what we're really here for. Huh? Oh, don't mind me, just pumping that good stuff right into my veins. But yeah, for me, it's the definitive adaptation of The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, staying shockingly close to the original story. School teacher Ichabod Crane comes to the town of Sleepy Hollow and hopes to win the heart of Katrina Van Tassel. But after Brom Bones tells the tale of the Headless Horseman, Ichabod rides home and the specter reveals itself and chases Ichabod down. However, even before this ghostly encounter, the whole story is filled with interesting character designs, a beautiful autumn aesthetic, and really funny slapstick. But once the horseman begins his chase, we get this awesome mix of scares and laughs. There's a surprising amount of humor, yet somehow the fear and tension is still there. And for me, this one is what Halloween is all about. That beautiful balance of fun and frights. And finally, I've got Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark from 2019. Okay, now this one is a bit different from the others on the list in that it's a straight up horror movie. But it is PG-13, it's based on the classic children's books, and I think it's a great entryway into the genre for younger viewers. We've got a group of teenagers who find this legendary old book that tells scary stories that appear to come true in the world around them. That's the basic premise, and if I'm honest, I would have much preferred a simple anthology movie, a la Creepshow or Trick or Treat, just telling the most classic stories from the book series. But I have to enjoy the movie for what it is, rather than what I would have wanted. And yeah, the Scooby-Doo style plot of kids trying to solve a mystery isn't perfect, but it's a fine launching point to bring those classic, creepy drawings to life and give us some genuinely tense scenarios. Most terrifying for me would have to be the pale lady chasing down the kid, and no matter what direction he looks, she's there waiting for him. Now I'll stress again, this isn't just a spooky kids movie, it is a horror movie. But yeah, if the kids in your life are up for the challenge and want to take their first steps into the genre, I think this, along with Poltergeist, would be a great place to start. So there are my recommendations for a few more family-friendly spooky movies to put on this year. I tried my best to break them down by just how child-friendly they may be, but feel free to yell at me in the comments if your kids are traumatized. And hey, while you're there, tell me about your go-to spooky family movies. I'm always looking for recommendations. I've been Kenny Steps. Take it easy, and keep stepping into the movies.